Welcome to the latest findings of Camden Wealth's Global Family Office Report 2017. I'm delighted to inform you that this year, for the fourth consecutive year, we've successfully grown the sample set by over 10%. And we were fortunate enough to be able to engage with over 262 families from around the world. The key findings really surround 5 key issues. One is growth in the family office space, growth of the assets under management, and growth of the families that are being engaged by the family offices. Secondly is a bounce back in performance. We saw a significant return year on year from 0.3% in 2016 to 7% average in 2017. This was primarily driven by the hunt for yield by family offices, and they basically were taking slightly higher risks and prepared to invest in more illiquid products. I don't think it will come as any surprise to anyone that the primary drivers from an investment portfolio perspective was equities, and that's both developed market equities and emerging market equities, as well as private equity. We also saw a nice step up in the amount of planning that family offices are now conducting on their succession issues. Last year in 2016, one of the key findings was that 69% of the families engaged were beginning to think about the significant transition of wealth over the next 10 to 15 years. This year, we were able to actually drill down into that, and we found that 33% of the families now have active succession plans in place, written, and 16% are currently in the process of engaging with the succession process and have verbal plans in play. What does that really mean? I think it means 2 things. One is that we're seeing nice progress. 2, recognizing that over 50% of the family offices do not have plans yet in place. There is still work to be done. 4, building on last year's report findings, we've seen a continued growth in the engagement and activities of family offices in the arena of impact investing. 28.3% of the families interviewed are now actively engaged in impact investing, and 40% of those that aren't presently engaged have communicated that they plan to be engaged or seeking more information on impact investing over the course of the next 12 months. We also saw a continued commitment to philanthropy from the families around the world, with over 50% of the families actively giving and donating. The average donation of the family offices in the report is $5.7 million per annum. And encouragingly, over 95% of the families either plan to maintain or increase their donations moving forwards over the next 12 months.